As I write this, I was traveling back to my home. This entire journey I was listening to music. Music is a love language to oneself. It's a love language. It talks to you when you fail, or even when you are at the peak of happiness. The surprising fact is that our world is totally filled with all genres of music. Thus, music is a universal surprise and a gift that connects people without any barriers. And obviously, human factor for this popularity is undeniable. There are numerous talented people around the world who actually worship music. Today, I am here to introduce one of the biggest bands, Michael Learns to Rock. In the year 1988, a Danish soft rock and a pop rock band was formed with the name Michael Learns to Rock, also known as MLTR. This amazing one-piece band is currently composed of Joshua Richter, Michael Lentz, and Kara Vonscher. Soren Madsen was actually an original member of the band ever since its formation, but left in 2000 for some unknown reasons. The band was one of the best record holders with regard to multiple sold-outs, over 11 million records over the course of their career. The band was rooted with fans all over the world, but held an excellent record with majority sold-outs in Scandinavia and Asia. This is something we discuss all the time, that language is not a barrier for anything. Regardless of the fact that MLTR is Danish, the band performs songs in English as well. The band is still performing and creating their fan base with much care. Their career gained them gold and platinum status for records in many countries. As they grew in popularity and fame, they were named as the good of a band as compared to many other big and famous band names in America, or the UK, or Australia in the late 1990s. Coming to the part of their records and awards and their albums, they won multiple, or we can say many, awards, quoting the famous Gold Prize Award from RSH, Germany, and the Best Performing Act of the Year at the SEA Grammy Awards in Singapore. Despite these, they were also awarded with the most downloaded single of the year 2006, with 1 million and more paid downloads. The band is successful with a recording of 9 studio albums as well as a huge number of live and greatest hits albums. Their latest studio album released on 21st March 2018 and is still one of the most famous albums. According to their label releases, their songs are described as the perfect balance of Scandinavian glow and the international pop song with instruments navigating the performances. But Joshua Richter, the lead singer and songwriter, totally disagrees with this, stating that music defies geographical categorization. How was this entire band formed? In 1988, singer Joshua Richter discussed with his high school friend and drummer Kara Vonscher to perform with him with the intent of creating a band. After they realized that playing as a duo has its limitations, they chose the guitarist Michael Lentz, who was actually a part of the group The Rocking Studs. After they came together and while practicing, they moved on, having a fourth member, so they asked Soren Madsen, a guitarist. Although they weren't the obvious team members, their aim was to reach the finals of a Danish competition in order to gain a nomination for the Eurovision Song Contest, and this is how they started their journey. Throughout the journey, they were nourished with numerous appreciation and support. MLTR has many albums with many songs. Their famous and most downloaded are Take Me to Your Heart 2004, That's Why 1995, 25 Minutes 1993, Paint My Love 1996, Sleeping Child 1993, etc. All these songs are available in the interest and are widely heard and loved. Michael learns to incorporate short-length and straightforward phrasing lyrics following a very basic verse-chorus kinda song form of soft rock with ballads. And those verses are with a chorus that are melodically, rhythmically, and eurythmic. These happens with an essence that this will be the best style MLRT could ever follow, and it is clearly evident from their dead Owen response to a question in an interview, and their answer was clearly like this: you got to have a chorus and a verse. Many songs incorporate a bridge section following the second chorus section, most notably 25 Minutes, That's Why You Go Away, Someday, Paint My Love, Blue Night, etc. Many songs also contain instrumental solos, more commonly guitar. Example, Someday, That's Why You Go Away, How Many Hours, The Actor, Something You Should Know, Breaking My Heart, Watch Your Bat, etc. And sometimes the keyboard. Example, Messages. So the query was very simple. What constituted the elements of your or a good song? They even cleared that vocal harmonies also creates a huge feature of their songs, for their popularity. MLTR had made an effect and an impact on Supertramp, Elton John, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Stevie Wonder, Eagles, Billy Joel, ABBA, etc., stating that all these bands write good lyrics because Michael always focuses on lyrics. However, Lentz denied MLTR's influence on their music. Band members: presently, Joshua Richter, lead vocals, keyboards, guitar, piano, 1988 to present. Michael Lentz, lead guitar, backing vocals, keyboards, rhythm guitar, 1988 to present. Kare Vonscher, drums, percussion, backing vocals, 1988 to present. Until 2000. Soren Madsen, bass, rhythm guitar, backing vocals, percussion, 1988 to 2000. Touring member, Trolls Skjarbak, bass. After being cherished and motivated by their initial performance, MLTR released their second album, Colors, in October 1993, which was another huge success with a sold record of over 1.1 million records. The album had the famous singles Sleeping Child, 25 Minutes, and Out of the Blue. The band went for their first tour after this huge success. They performed before their biggest audience during that time of about 12,000 people at the Phoebus Concert Hall in Bangkok. The live performance, along with their album performance, gave them the Best Performing Act of the Year award in 1994 at SEA Grammy Awards in Singapore for their performance of 25 minutes, followed by the Gold Priest from the German radio station RSH in 1995 for radio hits such as Wild Women and 25 Minutes. MLTR released their third album, In the Year 1995, Played on Pepper, with another success selling more than 1.2 million units. The album includes That's Why You Go Away and Someday. This was the first time the band recorded and produced for the first time themselves. With this in mind, to promote and encourage themselves, the group performed 25 shows in 10 countries. The album was later released in untapped markets like Brazil, South Africa, the UAE, and 11 countries in the Far East, including Japan. By September 2010, MLRT had played over 450 shows with any differences, as in large-scale or small-scale concerts, TV appearances, unplugged and sing-back gigs, for a period not less than 22 years and still counting. As of the current calculation, it is identified that MLTR have played in 21 countries and territories, including Denmark, Nepal, Indonesia, China, Thailand, Malaysia, the Philippines, Hong Kong, India, Japan, Singapore, Taiwan, South Africa, Switzerland, Bangladesh, UAE, Faroe Islands, Vietnam, Cambodia, Norway, South Korea, Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea, and Sweden. And to the famous of all, to the Hollywood, for the recording of their debut album. Also traveled a lot for attending interviews and to shoot their videos. All these appearances and their presence created a sustained number of audiences even today. MLTR is the only one to perform in Asia with the same hype from their debut season. While discussing the interviews, the band members had once admitted that touring and the response from fans to their concerts, among other reasons, keep them together, in spite of the stresses associated with traveling. In a recent interview, Michael Lentz said, "The reason we stay together is because it makes sense. Our fans come to our shows, and we still enjoy playing and traveling, so why should we stop? There is also the pleasure of making music, even though sometimes things like television shows or interviews can become a little boring." Also, it was mentioned that touring Asia was the highest point in their career by Kare Vonscher in an interview. They had their first performance in northeast India's prehistoric city of Guwahati, Assam, with an audience of 75,000 at the huge Sarusajai Stadium, with a company of the popular award winners, such as Assamese Indian singer and composer Jim Ankin Decca on 13th December 2015. The mesmerizing night was a huge success, inaugurated by Jim Ankin Decca, along with his band Voodoo Child, creating their own compositions of Assamese and English songs and performing the same. The city surprised the band with a huge participation, and it was totally unplanned and was delightful. Another huge sold-out crowd for the band was at the Kia Theater in Manila, which was a part of MLTR's Eternal Asia Tour in August 2017. The latest update is that the band has decided and scheduled to perform in 3 major cities of Philippines in October 2022, projecting their new plan of Back on the Road Tour 2022. What actually made Michael Learns to Rock to be fond of Asians is because of the qualities of their lyrics and the music they hold with simplistic, cut straight cheesy, banal, or easy listening, etc. Michael Learns to Rock is still one of the best bands in the whole world. I hope this entire session was useful and fruitful to you. Hope on to hit the like button, share a comment, and obviously don't forget to subscribe to this channel.